Hi there, I'm Matt. I'm the founder and one of the pharmacists here at National Custom Compounding Pharmacy on the Gold Coast. Today, I wanted just to thank you for becoming an NCC affiliate. Very grateful to have you on board and excited to see how we can help our mutual patients. And also, I wanted to spend a little bit of time just explaining the differences between TGA-approved or listed medicines and also compounded medicines. Now, specifically, I'll go into a bit of a deep dive on the differences between TGA sterile, listed or registered medicines and sterile compounded medicines. But at a high level, I just want to sort of debunk the myth that might be floating around out there that there is a significant difference in the quality of them. And what I'd love to do is just reassure you that if the manufacturer that makes the medicine is sterile, is approved, and is registered under the TGA as a manufacturer, they are obviously at a level to produce a high quality. On the flip side, a compounding pharmacy falls under the pharmacy guidelines. They're audited by state health departments such as Queensland Health, and they are also, as pharmacists, we fall under the Pharmacy Board guidelines and regulations. So they're the two main differences in that we are still regulated, we're still supervised, we're still checked for quality. So as long as a compounding pharmacy operates in a way that is within the standards that are put forward by our associations and organizations, the quality of the product that's produced should be of the same level that a TGA manufacturer should produce. So hopefully that just clarifies early on that the two products are here in our Australian healthcare system for the patient. They both serve different purposes. They should be used at different times, but ultimately both of them are safe choices so that you as a prescriber or a practitioner can have confidence in using either. So from there, what I wanted to explain is really that the medicines that you will be purchasing from us at NCC are of the highest quality. We have standard operating procedures and technical processes and machinery similar to those that manufacturers use. So we like to think of ourselves as an organization that behaves as a manufacturer, even though we might be regulated as a pharmacy. So hopefully that clarifies. When we talk about the basics, TGA-approved medicines are generally commercial in nature. They could be a listed medicine or they could be a registered medicine. I'll explain the differences in another video, but the crux is that those medicines have to go through an approval process under the TGA, at which point they get a listing or a registered number. So that then ticks them as being approved by an Australian organisation. A compounding pharmacy, on the other hand, is different in that our purpose in the healthcare system is to make a product for a single patient upon request or upon a doctor's prescription. So we obviously work very closely with doctors, like you are all familiar with. And the role that we play is to make a product for a person that needs it. Now, that person, for example, might not find a commercial product suitable because of preservatives. It could be because of the way that the formulation's made or the solution that the formula's in terms of IV. However, we have the incredible ability to customize and make for a single person at a single point in time. Again, there are some those are the sort of the main difference between the two pathways. But again, both are very, very safe options. So to talk about regulations in our space, so as a compounding pharmacy and as a sterile compounding pharmacy, where in Australia, we're regulated as pharmacists under the Pharmacy Board, so that's APRA, and they have very stringent, strict compounding guidelines that we must follow to be a valid and a suitable provider of compounding medicines. In Queensland, we're reviewed and audited by Queensland Health, who also have another set of drug regulations that we must follow. So there's a couple of layers there that ensure that the products you get from us for your patients are safe and efficacious. In situations where drugs are unavailable, if they're commercially made, compounding pharmacies serve a great role in producing product that might be suitable. And a classic example at the moment of that is atropine eye drops. There's been supply shortages from the commercial manufacturers. when you use these eye drops in kids, it's really important not to stop the therapy. It's got to be ongoing. Compounding pharmacies can do that specifically as well. When the product comes back in stock commercially, obviously compounding pharmacies should not be doing it. So we would stop the sterile production. But for the moment, it fills a great void for a group of patients that really need it. In terms of sterile IVs, we understand that there might be myths out there from places like insurance companies or providers that don't understand compounding pharmacy and the role that we play. And as a practitioner, we would invite you to reach out to us. We've got some resources to help, but mainly we would love them to understand just the thoroughness that our process involves, therefore the safety that the patient has, that you have as a practitioner, and the product being suitable for the application that you're using. So there's definitely opportunity out there to educate the general public. Compounding pharmacy's been around for hundreds of years. They started back in the Stone Age as an apothecary. However, obviously the sophistication of compounding pharmacies has grown with technology, and the demands that patients require now due to allergies, sensitivities, those types of things is also increasing. So the demand for compounding pharmacies is absolutely there. As a nurse, if you are a nurse watching this, we understand that your role is patient safety as you're their advocate. And we believe that one of our core values is caring. We care for patients as strongly as you care. And that's why we're so confident in our sterile compounding process, because we believe that the rigor that the process has means that the product that the patient will get through yourself is of the highest standard. So we're confident when providing it, and we hope you're confident too when using us as your compounding pharmacy. So at NCC, we have always aimed to have the highest standards in all versions of compounding, which means that our sterile compounding standards are as high as we believe a manufacturer's is. So we like to think of ourselves as a compounder that has manufacturing expectations. And because we validate the whole process and all the products that we make and compound, we're confident that when you use us on behalf of your patients, the patients are at the forefront, and therefore the safety should be there as well. If you've got any questions about any of our products or any of the intricacies of compounding pharmacy, feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat more, and our team is expertly skilled to help you along the way as well. So thanks for watching. And if you've got any questions, contact details are below, so feel free to reach out.